A chance for rain or snow yet tonight. Details nighttime.
From the Assembly Hall on the campus of the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana, welcome to the evening session of the Illinois High School Association Boys Class A Quarterfinals. Hello everyone, I'm Joe Passion, your host, back with you again. Welcome back for this evening's quarterfinal games. We'll have one coming up in a moment and then another one later on this evening. If you happen to miss our afternoon game, you missed a couple of good ones. Let's review for you how they came out this afternoon. In the first game, McLeansboro's Foxes knocked off the Bulldogs of Effingham St. Anthony 72-50 to advance to tomorrow morning's semifinals. And the Fighting Irish from Seneca up their record to 26-4 by knocking off the Broncos of Orangeville 54-44. Now on this first evening session of the quarterfinals, two teams with some interesting contrastions to them. One, Pittsfield, a lot of experience against a team from Rockford Lutheran, who's here for their first time, but they also have a lot of height going for them. The road to Champaign for Lutheran started out with a big victory against Marengo in the sectional semifinal, and then they put up some big numbers in other wins over St. Edward and Spring Valley Hall. Now, Rockford Lutheran, of course, situated up in northern Illinois. The Crusaders and their coach, Marty Calloway, have put up a record of 28 wins this year and just 3 losses. The host team in this third quarterfinal game of the day will be a team from Pittsfield, and their road to Champaign is a familiar one for them. They were here last year. They knocked off Virginia and then defeated Whitehall North Green, and then in the super sectional, they're 13th, they're 8th in the last 13 years, got them back here to the quarterfinals again this year. The Saukeys out of southeastern Illinois, coached by David Bennett, have won 25 games this year and lost just 6. Pittsfield, Illinois is like many other southeastern Illinois towns. It may not look like much when you go down the main drag, but this is a town that has a lot of passion to it. They proved that by their support of the Saukeys this year and getting them back here downstate to Assembly Hall in Champaign, and hopefully an effort to try and advance their charges this year. The quarterfinals of the Class Boys Basketball Championships are coming up next on the Illinois High School Basketball Tournament.
This tournament telecast is brought to you by, for more than 20 years, Country Companies Insurance. You've got the country behind you. The dairy farmers of Illinois and Wisconsin who remind you to drink your milk. It does a body good. And the Toyota dealers of Illinois. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
IHSA Boys Basketball is brought to you by your local Mid-Illinois GMC truck dealers. By DuPont Assure 2 herbicides for dead grass fast. By your quality Ford dealers. And by Money Center 24.
The house is filling up here at Assembly Hall for the boys Class A quarterfinal game number 3. So let's send it to our booth announcers, Jim Elbrick and Greg Sterrett.
Thank you, Joe. Game 3 could be called the long and the short of it. Rockford Lutheran has the tallest lineup at the tournament. They can be 6'9", 6'8", 6'7", all in the lineup at the same time. But it's a 6-footer named Tom Guzzi that makes them go.
Yeah, they got the size on the inside. They're an excellent rebounding basketball team, but they got the firepower. They got Tom Guzzi from the outside, averages better than 18 points per ball game, but it's a well-balanced attack. It's not only Guzzi. Don't forget Sanderson on the inside. He can give them a lift offensively also.
And, of course, Marty Colway was standing by before this game to tell us how he'd like his offense to roll.
Well, the way that we play the game, we try to get the ball inside, and then if they collapse on Grant or any of our other post players, we try to kick it back out to our guards. Tom's a good shooter, so is Aaron, and Troy's hitting well from three-point range. So hopefully the jitters of Assembly Hall won't affect our outside shooting too much.
To cure the jitters at Assembly Hall, you need some experience. Pittsfield has it. They also have an All-Stater 2 times.
Two-time All-Stater, and Tony Baker is their leading scorer, better than 20 points per ball game. Also does an excellent job going to the glass. Gets better than 8 rebounds per ball game, and that's a key in tonight's ball game. Pittsfield's got to go to glass hard, and that's the real key, rebounding.
Well, everybody's asking Dave Bennett about that experience, and so did we.
Well, we certainly hope it helps somewhat. Certainly with the tall lineup and the good shooters, we're going to need something to offset their size and their shooting ability. We hope that the experience of being here will be a benefit to us. We think it was in the super sectional and showed a little more than we anticipated. It'll be a big game for each team that's here today, and it's a big game for us.
Pittsfield and Rockford Lutheran coming up. It's going to be fun. One of your network sponsors is the Toyota Dealers of Illinois. McLeansboro won the first game here of the quarterfinal round, followed by Seneca. Who will it be next, Rockford Lutheran or Pittsfield? Pittsfield hasn't had a lot of luck down here at Assembly Hall as of late, and if they are going to have some luck, they are going to have to stop this point barrage that Rockford Lutheran likes to put up. They come in averaging 80 points a ball game. That's the most of any Elite Eight team. And now we are standing by for the color guard and the playing of our national anthem here at the Assembly Hall. While we're waiting for the national anthem, we can tell you that Pittsfield comes in with a 9-game winning streak. They also hold the Class A record for most preseason tournament wins. That includes regionals, sectionals, super sectionals, a total of 27, 25 of those coming under the head coaching prowess of Mr. Dave Bennett, who's in his 15th year with the Pittsfield Sockies. A career record for Mr. Bennett of 336 wins, 101 losses.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the coaches and players for this third quarterfinal round game featuring the Crusaders of Rockford Lutheran entering this game with a record of 28-3, and the Sockies of Pittsfield High School who enter this game with a record of 25-6. First, here are the non-starters from Rockford Lutheran. Number 4, a 5'11" sophomore, Marty Holmberg. Number 12, a 5'11" sophomore, Dominic Williams. Number 21, a 6'1" junior, Lee Anderson. Number 23, a 6'1" junior, Matt Gustafson. Number 24, a 6'1" junior, Matt Anderson. Number 32, a 5'11 senior, Dennis Gordon. Number 41, a 6'8 freshman, Eric Clark. And number 43, a 6'7 sophomore, Andy Jameson. Next, here are the non-starters from Pittsfield. Number 10, a 5'8 senior, Doug Wade. Number 12, a 5'8 senior, Greg Scott. Number 14, a 5'7 senior, Josh Townley. Number 22, a 5'10 junior, Rob Lemons. Number 30, a 5'10 junior, Jason Smithers. Number 32, a 5'10 junior, Jason Thompson. Number 34, a 5'11 sophomore, Ryan Nevis. Number 44, a 6'4 junior, Mike Capps. Number 50, a 6'3 senior, Troy Taylor. And number 52, a 6'5 junior, John Barrowman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing tonight's starting lineups. At forward for Rockford Lutheran, a 6'3 senior, 33, Scott Erdman. At forward for Pittsfield, a 6'5 senior, number 40, Tony Baker. At the other forward for Rockford Lutheran, a 6'3 junior, number 10, Aaron Jarrett. And at the other forward for Pittsfield, a 6'2 sophomore, 45, Jamie Sweeting. At center for Lutheran, a 6'9 senior, 22, Grant Sanderson. And at center for Pittsfield, a 6'2 senior, 54, David Fox. At one of the guards for the Crusaders, a 6' senior, number 44, Troy Seabrook. And at one of the guards for the Saukees, a 6'1 senior, 24, David Marable. At the other guard for Rockford Lutheran, a 6' junior, number 11, Tom Guzzi. And at the other guard for Pittsfield, a 5'10 senior, number 20, Brian Fiesel. And now introducing the coaches. First for Rockford Lutheran, the assistant coaches are Randy Rogers and Steve Krause. And the head coach in his 7th season is Marty Colway. And for Pittsfield, the assistant coaches are Steve Rylander and Bruce Everett. And the head coach in his 15th season is David Bennett.
Tonight's officials, Bob Ware and Paul Highsmith, and one of your network sponsors is Siba Geige. Don't go away. We're coming back at the Assembly Hall. Here is how the Crusaders and the Saukees match up when you take a look at the heights and all the numbers. And, of course, the biggest man in this tournament is Grant Sanderson at 6'9" for Rockford. Of course, David Fox and company will have to try to help out and keep him contained. As far as game notes before we get underway, things of note to keep in mind: first sectional title in any sport for Rockford Lutheran, only team remaining from the final regular season, top 16. Paul Pittsfield, of course, is here with an upset, and they have been here many, many times. Their 6th state appearance, most in the field. We're set to go as Grant Sanderson will jump it up with Tony Baker, and the tip is controlled by Pittsfield. The Saukees bring it down in a hurry. Fiesel gets it off nicely underneath, but Fox could not get it to fall. They still will gather it out front. We'll set the lineups for you. This is Fiesel, and he did not get it to fall. Quickly the other way comes Tom Guzzi. Guzzi averaging 18 points a contest. Pulls up baseline and doesn't like what he sees, but Jarrett does, but doesn't see enough rim.
That first shot's always tough to get down, isn't it?
Well, it's hard to measure out here, especially under game conditions. All the way down is Fiesel, and down he goes after the foul of the big man, Grant Sanderson.
It's a nice play, though, by Fiesel. Anytime you're having a little trouble shooting the basketball to start the ball game, what should you do? Take it to the glass, and that's exactly what Brian Fiesel does there. Nice drive, hits the deck pretty hard. Grant Sanderson picks up his first personal foul, but a nice play by Brian Fiesel. He's the glue of the ball club. He runs the show. They really look to him for leadership in the backcourt.
Comes into this game with over 200 assists. And the free throw will fall. Fiesel's not bad from the stripe, 72%.
Pittsfield, a very experienced ball club, and they really look to this guy for leadership, and they also like the scoring of Tony Baker, and Fiesel gets him on the board, knocks down 2 free throws.
We talked about the leadership and the experience on Pittsfield, of course, being here last year and 3 starters coming back, but Rockford Lutheran, the 5 people you see on the floor all started for him last year as well. Long jumper out front, that's too much iron for Guzzi. Rebounded underneath by Jarrett, and he'll go to the charity stripe and try to tie it up at 2s.
Nice offensive rebound that time by Jarrett. The shot goes up from the outside. Both these ball clubs like to put it up from long range, and when you do that, you have a lot of long rebounds. That was the case there. It came up the shot from 3-point range, and Jarrett was there, grabbed the rebound, strong to the glass, and Tony Baker, their leading scorer, 2-time All-Stater from Pittsfield, picked up his first personal foul.
Jarrett, only a junior. There you see Marty Colwell.
What these ball clubs are.
And it's not the rims, same rims that were here this afternoon. So everybody can breathe a little easier now that both teams are on the board and off the snide. Brian Fiesel brings it all the way up again. He better get shut off. That was not a bad idea by Fiesel, but what happened was Jamie Sweeting did not cut to the basket.
Well, it was a good look on the inside, and they were able to get back and handle that pressure defense of Rockford pretty easily that time.
Of course, Lutheran got a hand on it. Now they get another hand on it. Seabrook could not save it before it went out of bounds.
Lutheran definitely with a height advantage and a size advantage, not only in height but also in weight. They're much more of a physical basketball team than Pittsfield.
Baker will try, but it's a little short underneath. It is Fiesel.
It helps though if you work hard to get that inside offensive position. Fiesel slipped in there and got the easy stick back.
Yeah, Fiesel averages 4 rebounds a game, and you say, well, so what? But he's just 5'10", and he's a point guard. You don't pick up a lot of bounds that way, but
supposed to get the gravy. You're not supposed to be on the side working hard to get position.
Whistle underneath, 3-second violation. The Sockies will bring it the other way. Now keep in mind, on the bench, Coach Marty Colwell, that you see there, has some tall timber. Baker all the way down, and he didn't get it. He did not get the layup, and he can't believe it. You won't see an All-Stater miss that kind of shot too often, but never say never. It's a game of basketball. Nice move out front by Guzzi. Too much iron. Rebound fought for and won by Jamie Sweeting. That's Baker, the All-Stater with the basketball. Now it's Marable, number 24, as we get you familiarized with these 2 quarterfinal teams. Jamie Sweeting, number 45, with the basketball, and this is the All-Stater Baker, and he's short again. Rebound comes down to Sanderson, and he's used to that. He averages about 8 a game. Seabrook finds Sanderson. That should be easy, but it's not, but it is.
Yeah, the rim helped him out a little bit. He got it up on the glass, got the 2-pointer, and Sanderson at 6'9", just worked the block down low, and you got to make a decision. Do you front or play behind? That time, no one was behind or in front.
Sanderson scored 17 in the super sectional game to help his club get here as they beat Spring Valley High. Inside, nice move by Sweeting. Too much glass. Tip puck for it. It's finally controlled out of there by Tom Guzzi. And Guzzi will run the floor on you, but Sweeting knocks it out of bounds.
Rockford likes to push the ball, likes to get it up and down the floor very quickly. Looks for easy baskets off their transition game. Come in averaging 81 points per ball game.
And Lutheran will put up the 3-pointers, too. They attempted over 330 this year. Pass gets underway underneath. No one touched it, so it will belong to the Sockies of Pittsfield, who come in with that 25-6 record. And Rockford Lutheran now getting some instructions from their coach, Mr. Colway, in his 7th year with 100 wins as opposed the 79 losses. We're just getting accustomed to the Assembly Hall with these two teams. 4-3 our score. Inside Baker, off the glass and good. And he will go to the free throw line. That's the old Stater we know, not the one who missed the layup.
Nice play that was set by Pittsfield, too. Double pick down low, able to spring Baker out over that pick, and good body control. The defensive player just flashed out to try and get a hand on Baker, and when he did, leaned into him, and Baker a little off balance, but a great shooter that Baker is, got it up on the glass for 2.
The man you just heard talking about the play is Greg Sterick, who holds the NCAA record for free throw percentage in a career over 90%. And we'll get his insight on what it takes to be a good free throw shooter, a disappearing art in this day and age. We're coming back after this timeout. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies. Pittsfield has the early edge, 6-3, but let us remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by the Illinois High School Association and Cost Broadcast Sales Incorporated. No portion or portions of this broadcast may be reproduced without the written permission of the Illinois High School Association.
Both of these ball clubs, excellent field goal shooting teams, but both of them off to a cold start. Both of them shooting 25% for Pittsfield, 2 of 8, and 1 for 4 for Rockford Lutheran, and both of them shoot right around 50% on the year, so that tells you what it's like to play in the Assembly Hall the first 4 minutes.
I know that when you're out there, you look up at the clock, and suddenly 4 minutes are gone, and you don't even remember it. Driving is sweeting, tip no good, almost a dandy play by David Maribel, but the ball still stays in the position of Pittsfield.
Pittsfield doing a good job going to glass. They really are crashing the glass hard, especially the offensive boards.
Check it now. They have given it to the Crusaders of Rockford Lutheran. Touch last, they say, by Mr. Maribel. Kicked out of bounds. There's one of those dual athletes you're looking at. David Maribel, great football player for Pittsfield as well. They're having trouble inbound, and it goes off of Seabrook's foot. You never, ever want to receive a pass at your toes, and that's what happened there.
Well, the pass was right there. He just couldn't handle the pass, but give some credit to Pittsfield. They're right up there putting a lot of pressure on the Crusaders for Rockford Lutheran.
Baker will inbound, does so. He just wants it right back on the low post. Baker off the glass, too hard. Rebound nicely by Sanderson. Man, when he's up there,
he decided he wanted that one.
Erdman with a basketball, number 33, spins but can't get free. Seabrook's looking for Sanderson. He's there, and he's got it.
Nice look, too, by Seabrook on the inside. Sanderson had the front by Baker. Nice little lob, and Sanderson quick step to the hoop. Got it off the glass for 2, 6 for Pittsfield, 5 for Rockford Lutheran.
Might he be a bit ambidextrous? That was a left-handed throw-in for the right-hander. In the middle they go. Fox turn around, not there. Rebound comes down to Jarrett. Jarrett lost it. Fox almost went over and back, but maintains. As Fiesel goes down, that's not going to be there. Sanderson is there for the rebound. Lutheran trailing by 1 with the basketball. Jarrett to Guzzi. Set shot. Guzzi just spotted up from 3-point range. Nothing by bottom of the net that time for Guzzi, and those shots from the outside will open up that inside game in a hurry. And Sanderson will like that. Guzzi attempted 202 3-pointers during the season, made 83. That's 41%, and I think you can see why. Foul inside on Erdman. Scott Erdman, the senior, he scored 15 points in the super sectional game. You see him just trying to pound it down inside. Good look inside. That time a good cut. That's what made the play happen. And Sweeney was cutting across the lane, and he was fouled off on the play, so the ball's going to belong to the Salkies of Pittsfield. 3 team fouls now on Lutheran. Baker had to really work to save that one in the corner. Jarrett doing a good job defensively on Maribel, but Pittsfield manages to shake free and set up their offense. Erdman doing a good job on Baker, too, trying to deny the basketball to him. Baker was a catch there, and what a look inside by Baker on that play. That's right. And Maribel got the shot. He didn't get it to fall, but he will be going to the free throw line. The foul might be on Sanderson, and if that's the case, that's 2.
good execution, too, on the half court. And Baker's showing that he can only score with a basketball, but also a good look. Pump fake right there. Then he leans into the defender. Nice play that time by David Maribel on the inside. Only 6'1" and 175 pounds. You need to use that pump fake.
And it was Sanderson, and that is his second foul. And he will set down. And here comes some more of the timber that Coach Marty Colway has on the bench. You're looking at 41, Eric Clark, only a freshman. My goodness, he's going to grow.
Or he's also going to be around for a while. He's not going to grow much more at 6'8", but he is going to be around for a while.
That's right. But Colway will try to make at least one of these. He does. Check that Maribel. Colway can't make free throws. I'm sure I bet at times he wished he could from the bench. Seabrook coming up against the pressure. Erdman not contested. We'll try it from there and by.
Another three, right? That one back-to-back threes by Rockford Lutheran. The left-hander threw that one in from long range.
And Lutheran shoots 37% from beyond that arc on the year, and Erdman hadn't taken a lot of them up until that point. He had only fired up 22 three-point attempts. Baker, double team. Sweeting fakes the baseline, nothing there.
See, when Baker's open on the inside, you got to give it right back to him. Guzzi back the other way with the steal.
Can he make it by himself? No. Good defense by Maribel. So, in essence, the turnover did not cost anyone. Down low. Sweeting's all alone. Make it Fox, and he missed it. Quickly the other way. Jarrett will jump pass, and it's overthrown as he thought maybe Guzzi had an extra inch or two on it, but not that time.
Not a good look that time by Jarrett. They really didn't have the numbers on that particular play. I know they like to run with the basketball, but that was the time to get some kind of an offensive set. Turnovers, Rockford Lutheran, they're leading in that department with 6, Pittsfield with only 2. But the way Rockford Lutheran plays, they play up and down, they press all the time, look to push the basketball, you're going to have some turnovers. If you're a coach, you just got to live with those.
That's right. Matt Gustafson checking in now as Erdman goes out. Gustafson wears number 23, and now we have another turnover as that pass was nowhere near where it was maybe intended.
And it really wasn't a forced turnover. They just turned over the basketball.
In the middle to Clark, who breaks the press. That's the way you break the press. Get the big man to come up and get it at half court. Guzzi gets it to Clark. The freshman spins, not there. Rebound won by David Fox. And all the way down to Sweeting. He's one-on-one. He gets it blocked by Jarrett. Unfortunately, he got it right back. Well, nice look underneath the Baker, and that'll count.
Baker catches it down low, and he can take it up inside like that. That's Baker's shot right there. And we talked about Baker in the open. He can hit it inside, or he can also hurt you from the outside. And he's done that here in the first quarter.
A double team and a turnover, and here comes Sweeting for the cripple.
Pressure defense. Defense creates instant offense right there for the Softies.
And suddenly we're tied after 2 quick buckets by Pittsfield. 11-11 our score. And you can see we're under a minute here in the first quarter. Nice pass to Gustafson. Gustafson throws it away. And here comes Pittsfield. Will they hold for one shot or not? I don't think so. Fiesel all the way down and draws the foul. Fiesel's the forcer, huh? You don't come out and stop me, I'm going to keep coming.
He's a good penetrator. He's really a heads-up ball player, too. It's a nice steal, saw a little opening there, and was able to take it strong to the glass. And he also does a good job at that free throw line. He shoots 72% from the line.
Well, you just saw a shot of Coach Dave Bennett. And coaches are known for building character, and some coaches are known for building character and being a character, and he is both.
He's known for winning basketball games. He's won 336 games in 15 years.
Free throw puts Pittsfield ahead.
Well, it was interesting, the comment he made to the two of us about whether or not there was more pressure on him and his ball club this year. He said there was not any pressure. There's pressure every night out. They were expected to get back here.
And they did. Now they have the lead by 2.
Yeah, they lost to Norris City, Omaha Infield in the quarterfinals last year. So they were ready to get back here this year. Some fields you had to look at a favorite, might be this ball club.
Gustafson drives baseline, and we've got contact and a foul. It'll go against Brian Fiesel. So Erdman will inbound. That is only the 4th team foul on Pittsfield. The next one will put Rockford Lutheran in the bonus situation. Erdman makes a bad pass, and Fiesel's there to say thank you. All the way down again, pulls up. And They decided to wait for one. They were going to take the layup if they could bust on through there, but they knew the instructions from their coach was one more shot in this quarter.
And you saw the leadership of the point guard, Fiesel, take control right there.
Fox is loose, but he couldn't get it to fall. Ball tipped around, and we've got 4 seconds. 3. Guzzi will know what to do with it if he can beat the clock, and he does. Mr. Guzzi beats the clock, and we're tied at 13s after 1 quarter of play in a dandy from the Assembly Hall. You're not going away. We know that. We hope not, because one of your...
I'm down here with one of the veteran ushers of Assembly Hall. S.E. Reed has been here 21 years. You've seen all the teams come through here in the 20 years of this Class A tournament. Where do you see the competition going from 20 years ago to now? Oh, it's a much faster game, better guarded game, the jump higher, and just tremendous shooting. Could these teams now compete with the teams of 20 years ago? Well, I don't think the teams 20 years ago had much of a chance with these teams today. All right, Reed, doing a great job. Hope you're around for another 21 years. Thank you. Back over to Jim and Greg.
I think Mr. Reed better check Joe's pass. How'd he get in here? 13-13. Oh, Guzzi wants it from about 30 feet, and that was going to be a little shy. I don't know if that's within his range, but that astounded me for a moment.
Well, he shoots 41% from three-point range. His coach told us he's got the green light. Anytime he feels it, let her go.
Erdman trying to inbound, and we've got a foul away from the ball, and it's going to go against Rockford Lutheran. Somebody couldn't spring free to get the ball, so they did something illegal, as in hooking or pushing. And let's see if it's Eric Clark. That's who it is.
He was matched up inside on that play with Baker. I think he just tried to get him a little shove, and they were battling for position. Sometimes that guy that does the shove second gets caught. I think that was the case there.
Baker rarely misses from the free throw line, coming in at about 83% on the year. Baker scored 22 points in that super sectional game to lead his team on down here.
He scored over 1,000 points in his career at Pittsfield, and this year he had 2 ball games, 31 points, so he can't fill it up.
Troy Seabrook back in now for Rockford Lutheran as Aaron Jarrett takes a seat next to his coach. Second free throw is there. And the lead is back there for Pittsfield at 2.
And here comes the pressure of Pittsfield right here. Play all man-to-man defense, even with the advantage to Rockford Lutheran with his size. Dave Bennett said, we're staying man-to-man.
Here's Guzzi with that nice move. Didn't too much iron. Nice rebound inside, and back to Guzzi, and back up it goes. Again, not there. Quickly comes Brian Fiesel. They're looking inside for their all-stater, and there he is, but it's blocked by Clark. Baker had it rejected by Eric Clark, the freshman.
Nice block by Clark. The next time down, watch Baker give him a little fake and see what happens.
Erdman has a little daylight on the baseline, and he makes Pittsfield pay for it.
Nice play that time on the baseline. Erdman a little leaner on the baseline. 2-pointer for Erdman. Knotted up at 15-all.
Yeah, we asked Dave Bennett before the game, well, who are you concerned about? Sanderson down low, nice pass, but it's not going to be there as David Fox couldn't get it to fall. Ball is back loose to Sweeting. That will not get the roll. Who wants it? Baker wants it. He's fouled. I was going to say we talked to Dave Bennett about his concern concerning Rockford Lutheran, and we said, well, you've got to be concerned about Grant Sanderson, and he said, yeah, Erdman too, and Jarrett and Guzzi.
A real battle on the inside. Baker really doing the job on the offensive glass. That foul could have gone on Erdman, and Erdman did pick up the personal foul, but it could have gone on Eric Clark also. But it's going to be Baker at the line, and Baker at the free throw line 2 of 3, and he has 6 points. Looking for number 7, gets number 7.
So far, nobody's been able to make that little run, that 2-3-minute, 8-point run. And that's why we're still close to the Assembly Hall as that one comes in and out. So the Crusaders from the Upstate Illini East Conference have the basketball, trailing by 1. I think Guzzi was thinking shot before he caught the ball, and now he'll take the shot from 3. Nope. Rebound fought for. It's headed out of bounds and touched last, they say. by Jamie Sweeting.
I think he's got him on a personal foul.
Yeah, touched the defender and the offender as well.
Pittsfield foul 45, James Sweeting, that's his first. Team foul 4 for Pittsfield.
That won't put anybody at the free throw line yet. We're still in the under 5 foul situation.
3-point shooting right there. Look at Rockford Lutheran, 2 of 6, Pittsfield 0 for 2.
Gustafson tried to go inside, and Clark had fallen down. You won't see that too often. That was such a good pass. It still hit Clark on the floor.
Clark and Baker got tangled up on the play, and Clark just fell down. But the freshman at 6'8", Eric Clark, has had an impact off of that bench at Rockford Lutheran. He's really done a good job spelling Sanderson, who picked up early fouls.
Backdoor play to Baker. It works perfectly. Give the assist to Brian Fiesel. That's a set play. And it's a 3-point lead. Seabrook gets rid of it just in time. Jarrett gets it over to his running mate, Guzzi, who will take it down, change his shot, get it to Clark.
He didn't change that shot. It was a good look inside. He wanted to shoot it. The defense came up on him, and then he had the presence of mind just to drop it down low to the freshman Clark, who got the 2-pointer. Great look that time by Guzzi.
Apparently gravity not working that time on Guzzi. He hung in here for quite some time. Tony Baker gets it down low to David Fox, but that's not there. And the rebound comes out to Aaron Jarrett. Fox having a little difficulty around the rim when he's getting the ball so far. Jarrett contested. Fiesel won't let him get free. Gustafson now. Oh, and Seabrook took his eye off the ball. Grant Sanderson checking back in, as you saw, turnovers. But again, this is the pace of the game we're talking about. Rockford Lutheran will keep pushing it up, Greg, and that's why they've got 12 as opposed to Pittsfield, who goes into that half-court offense.
Well, they're going to keep coming after you. Rockford Lutheran, they're going to keep coming at you. But Pittsfield, look, they've been able to capitalize 6 points off the 12 turnovers.
Right. Off the 3, actually. That's not too bad. The shot is up and not there by Fiesel, but we've got a whistle and a foul underneath that will go against, from the looks of things, from the look on his face, Jamie Sweeting.
He's got that look, doesn't he?
Yeah, he got that look.
It couldn't be me, could it?
It's that guilty, not guilty look.
We're going to have to shoot this, aren't we? It's going to be a 1-and-1.
Yes, sir. We are now into the bonus situation. Has 5 team fouls now for Pittsfield. A lot of people think these coaches come down here, Greg, and just have the weekend of their lives. Actually, from all the coaches that I've talked to in all the years down here, it's so much work and so much strain and so much media pressure that they really don't know what transpired, except exactly during that game when they had to make that one call. But it's a blur to them until they get home.
No time to rest when you're here. You're here to coach, and your players don't really have a lot of time to enjoy it. But when the players and the coaches are going to enjoy it, that's back in the summertime when everybody's talking about it. The older you get, you just talk about what a good player you were in the Assembly Hall.
That's right. A 15-footer becomes a 25-footer. The older you get. One of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Associations of Illinois and Wisconsin. There you see what has transpired thus far here in the third quarterfinal game. 4 lead changes in that 19-18 Rockford Lutheran lead at the moment. Of course, if you are just joining us and wondering what transpired this afternoon, McLeansboro beat Effingham St. Anthony 72-50, and Seneca over Orangeville 54-44 in the second game. Those two teams will meet tomorrow morning. We'll give you those times a bit later.
Pittsfield needs to warm up a little bit from the floor. They're 5 of 24 for 21%, and they're only trailing the ball game by 1 point.
Out front is Baker, not there.
Still got to take that shot. It was a good shot. The shot just didn't go, and he's going to remain, he can't get frustrated when you're not shooting the basketball very well. Baker now 3 of 9.
They inbound it down low, and David Fox again can't find it. In close. Seabrook the other way. Erdman, that's off the mark. Seabrook is open for a 14-footer, again off the mark, but he gets it right back. Now they go down low to Sanderson, that's money, but the foul, or excuse me, the traveling call occurred before the shot was off.
Rockford Lutheran gets 3 opportunities there, and they get it Grant Sanderson down low, and he just shuffles a little bit and comes away with the water. But he had a two-pointer. Now with Sanderson back in the ballgame, Rockford Lutheran's got to continue to go inside, get him into the flow, get him into the sink on the offensive end.
Baker with a nice head fake. Look at this shot. Couldn't get it to fall, get his own rebound back up, and he'll go to the free throw line. That was a dipsy doodle Baryshnikov kind of shot.
Yeah, I like the play, though. Just a battle on the inside right there. Leans back into the defender, but he went after a shot. He missed a shot. That was a second opportunity right there by Baker. Good second effort and a chance for a second basket on the inside, but he was fouled, and Baker once again is going to go to the free throw line. And Baker's been at that line 5 times and knocked down 3.
Well, as noted earlier in the telecast, 8 trips to the Super Sectional in the last 13 years for this Pittsfield Saukeys team. Baker putting Pittsfield back up on top by the 1. Erdman finally spots somebody because the big man came up to help out Sanderson. Seabrook double-teamed, almost lost it, but tipped it wisely out to Jarrett. Inside to Sanderson. That's an easy shot for him.
See, they're going to him down low now. They need to get him in the flow offensively, make a big difference. Spent a lot of time on the bench because he's playing with personal foul problems.
Of course, Guzzi on the bench right now for Rockford Lutheran as well. Fox had some trouble, and he got into more trouble in the lane, but saving him is Fiesel with the rebound. Back down to Fox again. Fox again short, and the rebound Sanderson. They're working it into Fox. He's just not being able to convert right now. And Erdman.
Well, the 6'2 guy also tried to take it over the 6'9 guy that time.
Jarrett with a nice move.
Jarrett just slips in, gets the two-pointer, gets it up on the glass. Nice play. Now Lutheran is up by 3, 23-20. 3 minutes to go in the first half.
In this ball game, a 3-point lead is large. Maribel looking for somebody to cut. Baker had it slapped away. Fiesel finds an opening, and he'll go to the free throw line after being fouled, it looked like, by Seabrook or number 10, Aaron Jarrett. We'll see which way it went. 2:51 remaining here in the first half of play. Don't forget we have another contest headed your way this evening. And Dick Lucky standing by to call that, along with Greg Sterrick.
He's such a good penetrator. He does so much for this ball club on the offensive end and the defensive end. Free throw is a big part of the ball game. Pittsfield now 11 of 14 for the line, and for Lutheran, they've only got 3 points and a strike, 3 of 4.
Well, we talked about those free throws earlier, and they are so important. Not enough people practice them enough anymore, it seems like to me, because they are so crucial in a ball game like this. Jarrett baseline forces it, gets the side of the backboard, and out of there with it is Fiesel. Fiesel has a 3-on-2. He'll take it down, dish it off nicely to Sweeting, who missed it. And Sanderson came away with it. Sweeting's got it back, and it goes up and in. And more importantly, Sanderson has picked up his 3rd personal foul.
And Sweeting just stayed with it, continued to stay with it. Really struggled inside. Had 2 easy ones on the inside. The shot goes there, a little push, a little bump, very physical. Still can't get it to go. Stays with it, battles it around. Fiesel knocks it loose right there in the hands of Sweeting. Sweeting strong to the glass, gets the shot to go, and Sanderson's going to have to lead with 3 personal fouls, and that was a tough decision. The coach got him back in the ball game, playing with 2 fouls. He responded with a hoop, but that's what you didn't want to happen. If you're a coach, you didn't want him to pick up that 3rd personal foul.
And now Pittsfield has a 2-point lead. Compliments of the 3-point play by Jamie Sweeting, and don't forget the knock away by Fiesel. Erdman quickly. Guzzi is back in the game. He'll step up, feed it along the baseline to Jarrett with good results.
Guzzi, a nice look inside. Jarrett slipped in, kind of tiptoed on the baseline. Guzzi spotted him, and he got the 2-pointer.
Some contact on the sideline, and they'll give it to Pittsfield, although it was hard to call from our angle. Coach Marty Colway calls out the defensive set. Sounded like 3Z from there. Everybody has their own little code words. Fiesel penetrating again. Fiesel won't get it to fall. Tipped out, and Seabrook picks it up for Rockford Lutheran.
Good drive, though, by Fiesel.
Looking on the wing. Jarrett wanted it, and he didn't get the shot to fall, however, just a little too high off the glass. Jarrett was calling for that basketball at midcourt. We're all tied up at 25. Under 2 minutes. Inside it goes to Fox, and this time he got it down.
Nice turnaround jumper that time by Fox. Used the glass, just kissed it off the glass for the 2-pointer.
And you give him credit. He's had some trouble inside, but he's persistent. Erdman, pull up from 12. That looked good, but had just a little too much of the front iron.
Pittsfield plays so hard on both ends of the floor. Coach Bennett's got to be pleased with his effort out of his ball club here in the first half.
Beazle again pull up. That's a pretty play.
Oh, that's my man. I love the way he runs the show out there. Just takes what the defense gives him. Doesn't mind him lighting it up from outside. A good penetrator, a good creator. Taking a lot of pressure off of Baker here in the first half.
When you get your defensive man on the move, you just pull up and pop it off the glass.
Field goal percentage, Pittsfield 23%, and they're still enjoying a 4-point advantage.
That's right. Now Guzzi wants to set up his man, Beazle, but Beazle won't allow it. Erdman's way short. Call the EPA on that one. That's an air shot. We got to check the air quality. Now the Pittsfield fans on their feet applauding their team's effort as they, unless of course they turn it over, will go into the locker room with no less than a 4-point lead, and they're looking to make it at least 6. Maribel holds 10 seconds. You know who runs the show, Brian Beazle. Let's see what he does. Beazle looking for the backdoor play. He's got it. Sweeting missed it, got it back. Jamie Sweeting, if at first you don't succeed, you better stay there and nail it back in. He missed the easy one, but second effort gave Pittsfield a 6-point lead at the intermission. 31-25 is our score, as you see David Bennett leaving the court, looking at his clock as if to say, well, we got that 31 points in about the right amount of time.
Is it the clock you're supposed to look at, or do you look at that scoreboard? Is that how you keep score?
I wonder what David's checking his watch so closely for.
He's been through this so much. He's just calm and cool, just nonchalant, but he's got to be very happy with the play of his ball club in the first half. They're enjoying a 6-point lead, 31-25.
Well, Marty Colway probably has some work to do at the intermission, and he is standing by with Joe Passion. We'll talk to him right now. Joe?
All right, thanks very much, Jim. Marty, you go into the locker room now, obviously with some adjustments to make. What are your first thoughts?
Well, first of all, we got to settle down. We started going a little individual there. Just got to relax, play team basketball, and I think we'll be okay.
How do you feel you might use your height with the 3 deep you have up with the tall people to possibly offset some problems you've had?
Well, Grant got in foul trouble. We were getting the ball into him a little bit early, and that was working out well. That's what I mean about going individual. If we were patient enough, we'd be able to get it inside. So either Andy, Eric, or Grant, we can go to them inside if we just wait a little longer.
Okay, good luck with the patience and the second half.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Marty. Back now over to Jim.
As you see, Pittsfield with the early lead, 31-25. We're going to pause now for this from one of your network sponsors, Country Companies.
We're at halftime here at Assembly Hall as the boys Class A quarterfinals continue, and the Stalkies with the lead here at the break. Joe Passion back with you, and our special halftime live interview guest is a gentleman who's been very active in the background of making this tournament a success. Todd Barlow is the treasurer of the Champaign County Chamber of Commerce, as well as a member of the Urbana-Champaign Economic Development Corporation. This year's Pack the Place promotion on the statewide level here at Assembly Hall has been an obvious success, Todd. How much of that has been the business community bringing their efforts together to make this happen?
Well, we think we've been proud to be a part of this promotion. The Champaign County Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Urbana Economic Development Corporation, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau decided that we needed to bring something to showcase Champaign-Urbana. This is a premier state tournament. We wanted to show people all around the state of Illinois how great Champaign-Urbana is and show them what a terrific tournament that this is.
Well, it's certainly a great compliment whenever you can get certain communities and business leaders as well as politicians all together for the same cause. What's been the big emphasis behind the movement of the business community to make this bigger than it's ever been?
Well, the emphasis has been that this brings a lot of money into Champaign County. The Assembly Hall and the IHSA wanted to make sure that we rekindled the spirit throughout the state of Illinois with the high school basketball tournament. And we wanted to be a part of that to make sure that we brought those dollars and kept those dollars into Champaign County and to show them a good time here. Last night I had the opportunity to have dinner with gentlemen from up near Rochelle, Illinois. They'd been coming to the Champaign County to the IHSA basketball tournament for 17 years. He said this is the finest state basketball tournament put on anywhere in the country. He enjoyed coming here and enjoyed the hospitality that we in the business community provided for him, so we're just glad to be a part of that.
Well, it is interesting to note, and I don't think most people recognize, I'm sure your business leaders here in the Champaign County community do by now, the dollar count that comes into the county with all the great fans who come down here and have such a great time during tournament weekend. What are those dollar figures like, Todd?
Well, the dollar figures over the next 2 weekends, it's been estimated to be about $2.5 million. Now, it's based upon a one-time dollar spent for all the people who are in attendance. So all we can calculate is that original $2.5 million that does turn over in Champaign County. And with our pack-the-place effort, we think that we'll probably increase it this year by about a 10% effort.
So far, so good. The job's been doing a great job in the business part, and obviously the fans are here having a great time. Todd, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Joe, and we're glad to be a part of it.
And we are glad to be here as the quarterfinals continue, and we'll be back with more at halftime after this time out of the Illinois High School Association basketball tournament.
Courtside, and Greg, I have to be amazed that Pittsfield is not shooting well, but they're leading. They're doing everything right as far as the scoreboard is concerned, and you have to wonder what will happen if they get it all together in the second half.
Well, they did a good job on the glass. They really nullified the size of Rockford Lutheran. Rockford Lutheran only out-rebounded Pittsfield in the first half by 1 rebound. That was the key, and I love the little fellow in the backcourt. Baker's a good scorer, but I love the way Brian Fiesel plays. He runs the ball club. He's the glue of the ball club, a penetrator. He makes everybody else around him a better basketball player.
That he does. We're going to take some of the numbers and the highlights coming up. But first, we'll return after these messages from your local station.
You've seen the news, car sales are down. So at John Beers Ford, we're going to do something about it. Effective immediately, all factory rebates and all factory incentives are being doubled. So if you think you owe too much on your present car, or you just think you can't afford a new car, come see how double rebates and double incentives can make it possible for you to own the new car you want. But hurry! This offer ends when 100 new cars are sold at the price leader, John Beers Ford.
What do you think of Bergner's 12-hour sale?
It's like a beacon in a storm. Exactly.
Bergner's 12-hour sale.
Like a pizza with the works.
Incredible savings in every department.
A light at the end of the tunnel, yes. A light all bright and shiny.
Bergner's 12-hour sale. Only 12 hours.
And it's over like that. It's history.
When the light goes out, poof, gone.
Gone.
Bergner's 12-hour sale, Saturday 9 to 9.
Poof, gone.
Individual-wise, it's a team sport, obviously, but the individuals have to put the points up. And let's start, of course, with the All-Stater, Tony Baker.
Good look at Baker. Just flashes across the post, gets the shot a little leaner, gets it up off the glass. Nice look by Baker. He was able to convert the three-point play on that particular play. And then another look on the inside to Sanderson. Sanders shifts hands, gets it with the left hand, gets it up on the glass. That was the key in the first half. Sanderson now with three personal fouls. Ball's loose on the floor. It's a good look up the floor, and here he comes. He explodes, Goosey, and you can see the shot, the time clock there. Look at that little leaner. Is the shot off? Yes, yes. Count it. Nice. Right there. Nice play by Goosey there. A layup to end the first quarter.
And the backdoor play, it'll work every time if you get the right area to move in.
Well, Fiesel can hook you up. It was a backdoor play that time by Baker, but Fiesel gets the assist. The backdoor play by Baker. Little skip pass over the top of the defense. And right there on the play, Jared, a little leaner, slips in right there, gets it up on the glass. A nice play that time by Aaron Jarrett. And this, of course, Fiesel says, look at me, I'm going to dish. I can handle the ball right there. And look at the guy. Look at Sweeting battling. He's going to get 3 chances right there. And here comes the ball right back to him. Stays with it. Perseveres. Little hang time. Gets it up on the glass. Counted for Sweeting.
And that's been happening to Rockford Lutheran a lot. They really haven't been able to clear the basketball out.
Another look right there. Nice look by Fiesel. Right there, battle on the inside. Stays with it nicely, and two-pointer once again for Pittsfield.
That's what Sweeting did to put him up 31-25. Now to Joe Passion and the other coach in this quarterfinal game. Joe?
All right, Selke's head coach David Bennett coming out of the locker room. Immediately, adjustments that you feel your team has to sharpen up on the second half.
Well, we got to make our easy shots. That's all. I think the boys are still a little tight, as both teams are. They've missed, Rockford missed some easy shots, too. We've got to keep the pressure on them on defense, try and keep them off the offensive boards and make our easy shots, and that comes from offensive execution.
All right, Dave, best of luck in the second half. Now let's turn it back over to Jim and Greg.
Yeah, you can tell Dave's been through this before. We'll return after these messages from your local station. For the quarterfinals, coming your way after the conclusion of this one, Stanford Olympia standing by, as well as Williamsville, to see who will make the 1991 semifinals in Class A Illinois basketball. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers that went inside those two you see there, 31-25. For that shooting percentage, if you're shooting 24%, you think you're down, but you're up.
You're up by 6 points. You shoot 24%. The free throws are the story, though. 13 of 16 for Pittsfield. Rebounds, Pittsfield able to nullify the height and the size advantage of Rockford Lutheran. Turnover department, 13 for Rockford Lutheran and 3 for Pittsfield. Points off turnovers, 11 for Pittsfield. Scoring leaders, Sanderson gets 6. He's playing with 3 personal fouls. Guzzi 5, Erdman 5, and Jarrett with 5 for Rockford Lutheran. Pittsfield scoring leaders, no surprise. Baker with 11. Fiesel, a big first half with 10, and Sweeting on the inside. He helps out with 7.
Now Fiesel for the season averaging just 10 points, so he's going to go beyond that, it would appear. Tom Guzzi, of course, came in averaging 18.7, and he is having a bit of a problem here early as far as his field goal shooting is concerned. We'll see how it all irons out here in the second half. Rockford Lutheran back on defense. Pittsfield with the lead in the basketball, and they have the same starting 5. And keep your eye on number 22 for Lutheran, Mr. Sanderson, because he's playing with 3 fouls, and right away they try to attack him in there.
Oh, I think they're going to go to him. They've been going to him the entire ball game. Pittsfield, the aggressor on the offensive end, taking it right out to Sanderson. That was a real mismatch. Fiesel matched up against Sanderson in the switch.
Sweeting to Fox, and down low it goes to Fiesel. He'll hang, and it won't go. Rebound comes out of there to Erdman, and we have a one-on-one in the form of Guzzi. Let's see if he pulls up. He'll wait for help. Jarrett. That's the way to start the second half if you're Rockford Lutheran.
Nice play, too, by Jarrett. Kind of gathered himself, got the basketball in his hands, felled it, then just stepped up and knocked down the 2-pointer.
Backdoor play to Baker, and it works.
Oh, great look that time by who else? My main man, Brian Fiesel. Good look on the inside. I told you that was a player to watch. This guy's the glue of this ball club.
Yeah, he definitely is that. Seabrook is number 44 down to Sanderson, and he uses that left hand so nicely, doesn't he?
And his height advantage on the inside. Rockford Lutheran's got to continue to go to him down low, and he can get some points down low if they can just get the basketball to him.
And you want to talk about a facet of this tournament. Somebody just threw something on the floor, not a wise move. Fiesel inside, and we've got a whistle and a foul, and Seabrook cannot believe that
I don't think
44.
I think it's going to go against Sanderson. I think it's going to be Sanderson's 4th personal foul.
Oh, no wonder. Well, Seabrook put his head down.
Sanderson right there. Fiesel goes in. See the left arm of Sanderson right there. Good play by Fiesel. Heads up play. They take it right at Sanderson, playing with 3 personal fouls. And Sanderson's going to have to leave with his 4th personal foul. And Fiesel's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And to be quite honest with you, I saw one of those little projectile balls bouncing across the floor right as Fiesel was driving, and it distracted me. And I think that's kind of inane to do that sort of thing, especially if somebody steps on it when they're driving. Of course, if they hit us, we wouldn't feel it, would we? Pittsfield's lead up, and a steal underneath them, too, for number 45, Jamie Sweeting. Man, that was a quick turnover, and Pittsfield now making its defensive pressure felt again here in the second half.
Yeah, Pittsfield really turning up the heat here in the second half on the defensive end.
Erdman, need it, got it. I still get the sneaky suspicion we might be going down to the wire. However, it's going to be real hard for Lutheran to stick close now without their big man, Grant Sanderson. They like to go inside to him to open it up outside for Guzzi and Jarrett, and now he's gone.
Guzzi's going to have to find his stroke from outside, too. He's really struggled shooting the basketball.
Sweeting forces it off the side of the glass. And that was good defense by the freshman, Eric Clark. See if Guzzi warms up to the task. His team trails by 5. Clark tried to take the baseline against Baker, but Baker wasn't buying it. Erdman again, the same result.
Too easy, though. David Marable could have gone out and got a hand on it. It was too easy. Didn't feel like he could hit the shot. Right away, what happens? Scott Erdman steps up and hits the two-pointer.
Well, the character of the Rockford Lutheran team seems to be when something goes bad, let's make up for it. They lose their big man. They've come back with 4 quick ones. Maribel barely controlled it against Erdman. Now takes it inside, dishes it over to Fox. It's up and it's not there. Defense by Clark, back up by Sweeting. It won't go. And who does the ball belong to? The Crusaders.
Pittsfield had excellent opportunities on the inside, just couldn't finish. They got it inside low and just couldn't finish the play.
So Rockford Lutheran playing it in, and it's batted away by Maribel underneath the hoop. Now, Rockford Lutheran seems a bit uneasy with this full court pressure. They break it this time as Erdman finds an open lane. Just under 5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter as Guzzi spins up top. Maribel, of course, drawing the assignment to shut down Guzzi. Erdman tries to get it down low to Seabrook, but that wasn't going to happen because Baker was in there with a hand on it. Beazle again, look out. Beazle down, up, go!
Oh, what a game he's having. Can't say enough about this guy, can I?
Man, goes to the left hand and floats it on home. And now Beazle trying to steal it from behind, but Guzzi saw him coming in the nick of time. Jarrett gets it inside to Seabrook. Good head fake. And count the 2.
Well, nice pump fake. Little ball fake, showed the basketball, got the defense up in the air, and then went back up as they were coming down and got two for Seabrook.
Pittsfield's lead is 3. Down low they go, and Erdman took it away, but traveled with the basketball before he could gather himself. We've got a timeout on the floor. Our score, Pittsfield 38, Lutheran 35. Marty Colway's not happy. One of your network sponsors is the Toyota Dealers of Illinois. Welcome back to the Assembly Hall, and welcome back to a dandy in the quarterfinals as Pittsfield's defense has surged them out front, and of course, Grant Sanderson on the bench, the big man for Rockford Lutheran with 4 fouls.
Field goals in the second half. Rockford Lutheran 5 of 5. Pittsfield 3 of 7. And Fiesel and Baker lead the way for Pittsfield, 13 points apiece. And for Fiesel, 3 assists and also 3 steals.
Now we've got a foul before the inbound pass can become a reality, and David Fox is called for shoving. Fox, if you look at his build, when we get a shot of him next, you can see that he, too, one of those dual athletes.
And now, a News 25 special report.
Good evening. This is Tom McIntyre. We'll be returning to our ball game coverage in just a minute. But first, this special report. I'm in the 2800 block of Washington Road in East Peoria. East Peoria police are investigating the murders of 2 people, a man and a woman, found inside this building here shortly after 6 o'clock this evening. A third person, a man, was also wounded. He's been taken to St. Francis Medical Center by an ambulance. Lieutenant Jack Davis of the East Peoria Police Department has told us just a short time ago that all he can say at this time is that 2 people are dead, 1 person is wounded. Police are continuing their investigation. 1 weapon reportedly has been recovered. It is said to have been a shotgun. The man who came out of the building and contacted a passerby said that they have shot us. That is all he said. There's no indication of who they might be. Again, we have 2 people dead, a man and a woman here at Bob's Towing. This is in the 2300 block of East Washington Road in East Peoria. East Peoria Police continue their investigation. We'll have complete details tonight on News 25 Nightside following basketball.
Possession. Man, I mean, he's not even close to the arc. He's a good 5 feet beyond the arc when he's shooting that shot.
Well, he's really struggling in the field. He's now 2 of 10, and they really look to him to give him some scoring. He's their leading scorer, 18.7 points per ball game, and really needs to give him a lift. He needs to get into a flow offensively, but that shot's not going from the outside. I'd like for him to take it to the basket a little bit more and see if he can spend some time at the free throw line and get his confidence back.
Exactly. Inbound pass to Clark, couldn't handle it, tried to save it, but Beazle was there. Here comes Pittsfield. Baseball alley-oop pass down to Baker, counted up.
Nice look by Beazle, but also a nice catch by Baker. Baker now with 15 points to lead the way in the scoring department for Pittsfield.
That wasn't your typical alley-oop. It had a little more heat on it. Down low it goes to Eric Clark, and a freshman makes a nice move and slaps the ball away in disgust. Not because of his shot, but because his team was down by 7 before that too. Pittsfield's lead by that 44-39 margin you just saw. Diesel's open in the middle. I don't think they want to do that. Give it over to Sweeney.
Oh, good things happen when you get the basketball in the middle of the floor. Diesel able to get in the middle, goes up for the shot. Nice drop pass. Sweeney gets the two-pointer, but another assist for Brian Diesel, 4 on the evening.
Well, I knew Rockford was in trouble because the only defense they had was the freshman center, and he's just 1 against 3. Jarrett looking down low to the center, who fought to get free. Put it down. I'm telling you, he's working underneath that hole, isn't he?
Oh, and he's only a freshman, too. This guy's got a great future ahead of him as a basketball player. And I'm speaking of Eric Clark on the inside. Only a freshman, 6'8" on the inside, about 180 pounds. Gets it up on the glass. Good hands for a freshman. Nice soft touch around the glass.
Baker now with his second foul of the contest. That's only 2 team fouls this half for Pittsfield. Only 1 so far for Rockford Lutheran, and we just have 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter, so relatively clean game in that area. Eric Clark hurt his wrist a little bit. See that wrap on his right hand. He hurt that in the super sectional game. He gets a three-pointer, and Maribel lost it out of bounds. Wasn't necessarily his fault. He got a tough pass to handle from David Fox.
And as active as Clark is on the inside, I'd try and get it inside. Turnovers a big part of the game. 17 for Rockford Lutheran, 6 for Pittsfield. Points off turnovers. Look at Pittsfield, 19.
Seabrook with a big J for 3. Suddenly we're tied again, 46-45. Boy, that Pittsfield lead left in a hurry, huh? Looked like a bad relative. Get out of there. Sweeting along the baseline, gets it up top. Baker, that's his shot.
Answer time. Baker answers Seabrook's three-point shot with one of his own.
The great shooters, they give it away with a wrist, don't they? I mean, they just have that flick, and you know that it's going to be close. Inside it goes to Clark, and we may have an offensive foul on Clark. Or let's see how it goes.
I don't think so. I think it's got to be on the defensive man on that play. I think it's got to be on Baker.
Yeah, I saw Baker clapping, and I think that was just basically to tell himself, stay in there, stay in there. But I thought maybe Clark had shoved him first. But as you say, it's usually the second shove that gets noticed.
Baker's now playing with 3 personal fouls.
Inside, right to Clark again. Couldn't get it. Got it back, but lost it out of bounds. And Baker was in there again, too. You don't want him with 4 fouls if you're Pittsfield coach Dave Bennett. Let's see if they hang on to this for a little bit. Minute 15 remaining here in the third quarter. Pittsfield just leading by 4. Compliments that three-pointer by Baker. Baker wants it. He posted low, but had to float on through. Sweeting to Baker to the hole.
Oh, nice cut, nice cut. The ball was delivered into a scoring position to Baker. He got the two-pointer. Nice cut though by Baker and a good look inside.
Seabrook in a hurry. Maribel says slow down. Inside to Clark again. They're getting the inside game down to the freshman.
They're showing some confidence in him, too. They're going to him. He's playing with confidence for a freshman.
Will they hold for 1? 30 seconds just about remaining. Inside it goes. Fox couldn't get it to fall. Erdman with a rebound. And that Pittsfield 4-point lead could be just 2 by the end of this quarter. Jarrett. Guzzi once, that's going to be way short, way short. Man, the mental game is now attacking Mr. Guzzi all the way down. Brian Fiesel gets what he wanted, a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, see what a big swing that is. Rockford Lutheran had an opportunity. Guzzi puts up an ill-advised shot from the outside, and they were doing such a good job taking it inside to Eric Clark, and they had an opportunity once again. They had it on the offensive end, and just didn't get much done and come back the other way after that shot. And what happens? Fiesel, penetration move, and he's fouled on the play, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
You see Gustafson checking in, Matt Gustafson for Rockford, but you also saw Tony Baker sitting down. That's because of the aforementioned 3 fouls. Coach Bennett is now wanting to pick up his 4th with just over 7 seconds left to go here. So in the lineup now for Pittsfield is Troy Taylor, number 50. Free throw will sneak back out of there.
Fiesel now 7 of 9 from the line.
Make it 8 of 10. 5-point lead and 7 seconds to get something done for Rockford Lutheran. They better hurry. 4 seconds. Seabrook all the way down. He gets it loose. Over to Jarrett. In and out. No good. Man, that is a big roll for Pittsfield because that probably should have gone down, but it did not. And Pittsfield is up by 5. 8 minutes of regulation left. 52-47 our score. And one of your network sponsors is Country Companies.
The Salkies have some additional incentive for this game today, folks. A teammate of theirs, junior Jason Dress, was killed in an auto accident last summer on his way to a basketball camp. That's the reason for the black patches on the Salkies uniform. Now let's go back to Jim and Greg for the rest of the game.
Thank you, Joe. Tony Baker leading his team right now with 20 points. And I'll tell you, Eric Clark came off the bench and did yeoman duty, replacing Grant Sanderson with 9 points from the freshman. That helped keep Rockford Lutheran in this game.
Oh, he did a good job. And Seabrook also knocked down a big three-pointer, I thought, for him, too. But on the inside, Eric Clark did a good job spelling Sanderson, who's still over on the Pines with 4 fouls.
And Clark is in there now trying to defend Baker, and he does a good job at it.
Good block by the freshman that time, Clark. If he didn't get the shot, Baker had to alter it just because of the presence of Clark inside.
They're trying to go down low to Gustafson, but he wasn't there, so Seabrook will take it himself and now kick it to Clark, who kicks it back. Not a great pass, but it will still belong to Rockford Lutheran. Well, what are we going to have here? One of those last-second whodunits? Marty Colway is wondering what's going to happen. You work all season to get down here, and then it gets down to 8 minutes, and you're saying to yourself, let them fall, Lord, let them fall. We need those shots. Pass gets away. It's gathered back in by Rockford Lutheran, but Jarrett couldn't get it to fall, and out of there with it is Tony Baker. They better stop Fiesel. They better stop him. They finally did. Easier said than done, huh? Baker down low, and he's knocked from behind by Gustafson. And again, nobody in the bonus situation as of yet. Team fouls right now, 3 for each team in this half. And here comes Grant Sanderson back into the ball game. And I was going to say a little bit earlier, you want to talk about the facets, the many facets of this tournament. We talked with Grant's mother, and believe me, she knows more about basketball than a guy named Naismith, I think. Baker misses the shot, and Clark's got it. Baker's got it back. What a save. What a save.
Baker wanted the ball a little bit more than Sanderson did. Both of them went down on the deck, and Baker came up with a nice play by Baker.
Fiesel, what's up with him? This time he just gives it up as they work the weave. They free Baker down low, and he's fouled by the freshman Clark. And I say freshman because you just don't see that many freshmen playing varsity basketball on any level.
And this one doesn't play like a freshman. You know, you'd have to know he was a freshman. If you just look down the floor, he never plays like a freshman. A good look on the inside to Baker, and then watch the freshman. Watch his arms. See how he goes down on top of the basketball right there? That's that verticality rule. If he'd just gone up straight, put his hand straight up in the air, he wouldn't have got that personal foul.
Baker makes the free throw. And the one thing about basketball, and again at any level, is the movement. And Pittsfield is doing exactly what they have to do offensively. They're keeping up the picks. Everybody's moving until somebody springs free, and that time it was Baker. And, of course, many plays are set exactly for Baker to spring free since he is an all-stater and he knows what to do with it. 7-point Lutheran lead. Tom Guzzi is having a night that he would rather forget about, but he still has time to make up for it. And he'll settle for a bad night if his teammates can get it done like Eric Clark.
Nice look inside by Troy Seabrook right there, able to get the little lob inside to Eric Clark, and Eric Clark a good finish on the play.
Well, Clark now has 11. Sweeting is free, but Sanderson said, not in here, you don't. Fiesel fakes. A wise choice. Baker from 20.
Yes, right that one down from the corner. Baker.
Was he on the line when he shot that?
No, I think that was a 3, wasn't it?
Looked like it to me. 56-49 now, 7-point lead. That was just a 2. He was on the line. Sanderson. As the ball goes out of bounds, Rockford Lutheran inbounds. That was way across the court from where we're sitting, and it looked like
it would look like it was deep enough for a 3, didn't it? Yeah. Maybe so deep the official couldn't see where he was. He was deep.
Tom Guzzi. He's been hounded by Feasel and Marable all night, and a good defensive play by David Fox, who saw the pass coming inside, jetted out, and got the left hand on it. Baker, and says later, man. Did you see that?
Take that out of here.
I mean, an All-Stater doesn't have shots rejected like that too often.
That's the block by Clark. That's his 4th one in the ball game.
Watch Baker work on him now. Will he take it to him? No, he'll give it up.
He thought about it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But right now, if you're Pittsfield, you want choice shots. You're leading by 7. You're under 5 minutes to go in the game. And you're looking at the semifinals if you can hang tough. They're just going to wait till somebody sprints free inside. Or will they let Baker shoot it from outside? He was on the line again, make it 58 now for Pittsfield and 25 for Mr. Baker. Sanderson couldn't get it to fall. Fox hit the deck. I thought maybe Sanderson was on his way out of the ballgame with a charge. But he used that body to avoid it. Boy, Baker, was that a sweet shot from the corner?
The last 2 he's knocked down from long range. Baker with 26 points. And on that play right there, Feasel just penetrates it one more time.
And Pittsfield in charge, 58-49. We've got 4:13 remaining in this contest. Timeout on the floor. One of your network sponsors, the Toyota dealers of Illinois. And Greg Starrick back at the Assembly Hall, welcoming you all along the IHSA television network. Game 3 of the quarterfinals. Seems to be well in hand for Pittsfield, but plenty of time left. Eric Clark doing a great job inside the freshman, but the key statistics of this game point to the rebounds, because Rockford Lutheran came in, out-rebound the opposition by 16 per contest, and that is not the case now.
No, it sure isn't. Rockford Lutheran with 29 rebounds and 28 rebounds for Pittsfield, so you have to be pleased if you're Pittsfield. They're doing the job on the glass. They're really nullifying them on the inside. Rockford's not getting any easy stickbacks. Second and third opportunities. Pittsfield's limited those opportunities.
And Mr. Feasel has put his team up by double digits, make it an 11-point lead for the Sockies. And also, you won't see it in the stats, but you have to credit the defense on Tom Guzzi, applied by several people. Inside, Clark charge. And who was taking the charge but David Fox?
We've talked about the play and how physical the play is. Look at the freshman right there. He just leans with his shoulder right there, and give David Fox some credit. Perfect defensive position to take the charge.
Planted just before the impact. Third personal foul, as you can see on Clark. Full court pressure applied. Erdman comes up, and Feasel said, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm going to get it over to Marable. Taken away out front by Guzzi. Guzzi has it up and in. How did he get that away from Feasel? I thought he was going to take it away from behind, but Guzzi picked it up in the nick of time and got the glass. Let's see if that gets the momentum going. Pittsfield, almost to travel as Marable almost lifted that foot. And then coming up from behind, Tom Guzzi will be called for the personal foul. That's what's great about the game of basketball. It's not great for Tom Guzzi, and it's not great for that man right now. But the point is, nothing is a given. Your best player can come out of the night and not be your best player on that night. We've seen that man take a shot and make an air ball, and I bet he's had one air ball in his entire life.
Well, he's really struggled from three-point range, and that's where his shooting's really been off. He's only 1 of 7 from three-point territory.
And coming in, he was a 41% shooter from three-point land. David Marable averaging just 5 points a game, but those are 2 big ones right there. 62-51 our score, as the Pittsfield fans start feeling pretty good about themselves. Not that they didn't before the game. Guzzi, there's a move, but it's blocked, I believe. Did Baker get a hand on that?
Looked like it.
Long baseball pass up ahead to Fox. Fake, put it up and score.
Great look that time up the floor as the defense set it up, and the pass by Marable back the other way, and a good look right there. The guy on the receiving end, little pump fake. David Fox right there gets Clark up in the air, counts the hoop that time. And the 4th personal foul on Eric Clark. One more look. It's so good. Let's look at it again. There's the pump. It goes up strong. Right there, the freshman Clark comes down, and David Fox gets the basket to go, and now Fox is line looking to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
And Clark takes the seat. And Clark, of course, with a great effort here tonight. Don't forget about the work that he's done for Rockford Lutheran. The Lutheran now just about gone. Although there's 3 minutes left, but they need some three-point firepower, and they need to shut down the Pittsfield Sockies and everything on the side of Pittsfield right now. Most importantly, time.
Well, they're turning up the heat on that defensive end. They had a good effort in the ball game, especially on that defensive end. A lot of players have come up big in the ball game, too.
Seabrook outside.
Ooh.
Big shot. Big shot.
Where's he been? 2 3-pointers here in the last 3 minutes. Where's he been?
The lead is still 11, though. Beasley with that bounce pass. Maribel traveled. No, 10 seconds. They did not get it over.
Seabrook with that hot hand. I'd go to him right here. I'd try and spot him up and maybe look for him to put up another 3. They need another 3 to get him back in the ballgame. They're trailing by 11. That'd get him back under double digits at 8.
He just can't shake 3 out there. Erdman will try from 3, and that's a short one. And the rebound comes down into the hands of the Sockies. Jamie Sweeting got it.
Oh, they got the numbers.
3-on-1, 3-on-1, and Maribel will be fouled by Erdman on the way up. Well, would cost Lutheran.
Maribel right there had the numbers, but real strong move, goes up. Erdman picks up the personal foul.
Well, if you're going to deny the layup, that's the way to deny it.
And keep him from making a basket. That's exactly right. I agree with you for a change. It's okay if we agree.
Of course, don't forget Dick Lutke standing by. And Greg Sterick will be back as well for game number 4 of the quarterfinals. Stanford Olympia taking on Williamsville. And now let's go courtside. Joe Passion standing by. Joe?
Well, I'd like to throw a question back to you two in the booth. And certainly I know Greg and Jim have a lot of experience covering high school basketball over the years as they have, particularly on the small Class A school level. It appears that in the Class A basketball finals, the three-point shot, the outside perimeter game, really seems to be a more dominant part of the final decision, more so than in the large school Class AA tournament. How do you see that, fellas?
Well, I agree with you, Joe, that the three-point play in Class A basketball is big. You look at Rockford Lutheran here in this ball game, they're 4 of 12. But for Pittsfield, they're only 1 of 4. But you're going to see more threes in the Class A than you are in the AA. The AA basketball, they like to pound it inside. They get a lot more points in the paint. And in the Class A basketball, you see the good shooters, the picture-perfect jumpers from the outside. They look to shoot that 3. And sometimes they count only 2. That's what we saw out of Baker when he hit those back-to-back 2s. So I even agreed with Joe a little bit.
And the reason being, it's a physical aspect. In AA, you have bigger, wider bodies. You don't want those people standing out beyond the arc shooting. You want to use their attributes, so you pound it inside. Here, you've got more pure shooters from the outside.
It's more of a finesse game.
Whoa, that hit every net on there. Every thread of it.
Kind of talked a little bit, didn't it? That's when you know you're really shooting the ball good, and you can throw it up there, and that net will just talk right back to you when it goes through. See, that rim doesn't talk much.
No.
Didn't have much to say, did it?
The rim's grumpy.
No, that rim doesn't talk. That's what I used to always say, when you're out there shooting, playing by yourself, you start throwing them in the holes, you got somebody to talk to, the net.
That's right. Al Jarrett trying to create something. Guzzi. Beazle on him. Boy, they're just dogging him. Seabrook outside again.
I've got the hot hand. Go to him.
Now the lead is down below the 10-point margin. Almost a turnover. Baker gathers it in. 3-on-1. That will be not good, but going to the free throw line and going out of the game will be Grant Sanderson with his 5th foul.
Yeah, good night to Sanderson on that particular play right there. Sanderson will pick up his 5th personal foul.
So many dreams shattered, and I know right now that young man's mother and his family, they wanted to play tomorrow. They built their whole lives around basketball. It started in 5th grade. You take them to the gym and you take them to the tournaments, and suddenly you're at Assembly Hall, and everybody wants a little bit more, but it's not going to happen for Rockford Lutheran unless they score a bundle here.
Sanderson fouls out with 8 points, but all that hard work's what got him to the Assembly Hall. You know, there's only 8 teams that are here.
Well, his mother said an interesting thing to me. She said, our society is the only one that really doesn't give credit to these 8 teams. In other words, in another country, if you made the Final 8, you would be revered. Here, it's kind of, well, what else are you going to do for me? So,
well, I think we give them a little credit. They're the only 8 that are still playing.
That's true. Down low it goes to Clark. He settles himself and knocks it on down. And again, the lead is 9 for Pittsfield. The time running out on the Crusaders.
Only be one basketball team close out their season with a win this year anyway.
That'll be UNLV, right?
Well, it's going to be. I'm talking about the team that wins this tournament.
That's right.
The team that finishes second finishes with a loss. So this is, you have to applaud the effort of Rockford. They've really had a tremendous season. They came in with a record of 28-3.
And the same goes for Effingham St. Anthony's, who bound out today, as well as Orangeville, who bowed out. Baker now sitting on 26 points for the evening. Make it 27, and this free throw will make it 28. If you're a betting viewer. Of course, it is against the law in this state, so don't do it. 70-59 our score now. As Lutheran just trying to put up some desperation shots here. Stanford, Olympia, and Williamsville next. Guzzi from way outside. Same result. It's been there all night. Seabrook won't get that one. And Clark almost picked up his 5th foul. And Fiesel, he's just elusive.
Guzzi now really struggling shooting the basketball. 3 of 14 from the floor, 1 of 8 from three-point territory. Came in averaging better than 18 points per ball game. And in this one, only 7 points.
And if Guzzi is the kind of young man that I hear he is, he will learn from this. Now remember, he's only a junior. Now when something bad happens to you, that doesn't mean it's bad for you. It could be good for you.
That's all part of sports. You're going to have good nights and you're going to have bad nights. Even the greatest players have nights where they can't shoot the basketball.
Well, if everybody played as great as possible, who would lose? That's the problem. 72-59. Boy, Pittsfield's winning this game from the free throw line, aren't they?
They've been in that strike 35 times, or 29 of 35.
Harry Clark nails another one down. And we have 1 minute left to go in this contest. Pittsfield will play either Stanford Olympia or Williamsville. Alley-oop pass a little too high for Fox. Fox is more the linebacker type, not the defensive back type. He doesn't go up quite that high. Guzzi from 30, not there. Rebound Baker. A lot of contact, and with 40 seconds left to go, the Sockies clear it out, and Fiesel will go to the free throw line. And this really gets the monkey off of Dave Bennett's back, at least recently. With all the success, he just really hasn't been to get off this quarterfinal snide at the Assembly Hall. They had lost 3 in a row here at the Assembly Hall.
We were talking about the free throw, really lopsided in the number of opportunities with the strike. When you look at Pittsfield, they've been in that line 35 times. And Rockford Lutheran have only been to the strike 5 times in the ball game. So there.
What a game this young man's had.
Fiesel now with 19 points. Well, Fiesel's really played big. Fiesel gets 19, and Sweeting right now sitting on 15 points.
Checking into the ball game now. Number 12, Greg Scott. As Fiesel will probably end the night with just 19. That's 9 above his average. Seabrook will force it and hit it off the glass. Man, you have to call those. And a foul on Seabrook. I tell you, Seabrook hasn't quit. He's kept this thing within that 10-point margin.
All kinds of pressure right there, and he just, maybe he did call that.
You got to call those.
Maybe he did.
Great effort by Mr. Seabrook, and we have a technical. Intentional foul in the backcourt on Seabrook. And Jamie Sweeting will go to the free throw line. That's a lonely spot up there when you're there all by yourself, you know? It's like waiting at the bus station in a strange town.
Not quite as much pressure, though, when you're up by 9 points with 26 seconds to go. There's really pressure, and you get real lonely, because then that ball game's all tied up. Sweeting checks out of the basketball game.
And checking in will be Doug Wade, number 10. And all those people who sit on that bench, don't forget, every night at practice, they're out there providing just as much sweat as everybody else. So they're very much a part of this team. Josh Townley also in the ball game, number 14. There you see the players from Pittsfield. Well, they were told by their fans in so many words, at least the pressure said, hey, you guys are going to go back to Champaign, and you're going to go past the quarterfinal round, and they've done it.
And they're here, and you can tell they're a very experienced basketball team the way they play here tonight.
Ooh, Greg Scott just misses the free throw. That's a good feeling.
Oh, it's a nice feel. Did you see the difference? Did you hear the net that time?
That's right. It talked back. You're right about that. Seabrook, he's going to force another one, and this one's not there. 15 seconds remaining. Up they come. Troy Taylor gets the hoop. Troy Taylor got a hoop. We've got 5 seconds remaining. Wade puts it up. Taylor tried to get it. It's headed out of bounds with no time left on the clock. Pittsfield is the winner of this quarterfinal game as Dave Bennett meets Marty Colway at half court. That's the way this one ends, 77-64. And if you want to measure this game, you just go under the basket, you take 15 feet out, and you stop at the free throw line. And that'll give you a good idea of how Pittsfield got here.
Well, Pittsfield was 32 of 41 from the line, only 4 points by Rockford Lutheran for the Stripes. So a big difference right there. 32 points at the line for Pittsfield, but also who would have thought that Pittsfield would have out-rebounded Rockford Lutheran. Rockford Lutheran with all the size on the inside, a real concern of Dave Bennett how his ball club could match up, whether they could do the job in the rebound department, and they did the job. They out-rebounded by 33-32.
And 2 critical factors. Number 1, Grant Sanderson, the 6'9" big man for Lutheran, got into early foul trouble. He had to sit on the bench. Granted, Eric Clark came in and did a fine substituting job, scoring in double figures, but still, Sanderson is the man you want to go to. Heck, you can use both of them at that point.
Well, Sanderson is their go-to guy on the inside. Came in averaging 11 points per ball game. He gets 8 points, but it really wasn't a real factor because he spent most of his time on the bench in foul problems.
And Tom Guzzi with just 7 points in this game. Again, the Pittsfield defense, the story. Now let us go to Joe Passion and the winning coach.
With me is David Bennett. He's been in this position before, but certainly a step up from last year. It's got to make you feel a little bit more relaxed about how well the team's playing.
Well, they did. They played real well. They played hard. We didn't make a lot of mistakes. We missed some easier shots that we usually knock down. It could be because of the taller players being in there, and we gave up a few uncontested threes down the stretch, but then, you know, those things are going to happen. I thought Brian Fiesel, for a young man that hasn't made any All-State teams, sure played one heck of a game for us today. And of course, Tony Baker came through. He missed some easy shots. He usually doesn't, but he came through for us. David Fox did an outstanding job defensively, did a good job of rebounding. That's a lot of points for us to score, and I think every point they got, they had to earn.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's bring Brian in here. Brian, come on over here. Coach tells me you had a great campaign today for all the All-State teams you didn't make. It seemed like an outstanding all-around effort. The big guys a bother in the middle?
Yeah, you have to arch the shot more and alter it more. They seem to cause a little problems.
Tony, why don't you squeeze in here? We'll get Tony in here also. The big guys seem to cause some problems, but you guys made the necessary adjustments and actually forced them into foul trouble. How did that occur?
Me and David Fox knew, and Dave Marable and Sweeting knew we was really going to have to take the post players out of the game if we were going to win it, because, you know, they were a lot bigger than we were. And we just worked hard and got position on them, tried to stay in front of them, got caught behind them a couple times, but we rebounded and, you know, we came out on top.
You literally rebounded. Fellas, congratulations. We'll see you at the semifinals. I'll let you get back into the locker room, and we'll get back over Jim and Greg.
Yeah, not a bad day for Mr. Baker. 28 points, double digits in rebounds, and of course, Mr. Fiesel helped out as well. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies. Well, there are the final numbers. Not good for Rockford Lutheran fans, but very good for the Sockies of Pittsfield, winning at 77-64. Keep in mind, Rockford Lutheran came in averaging 80 points a contest, fell far short of that. And, of course, their big man, Tom Guzzi, came in, big in terms of numbers, with an 18.7 average, and he was held to 7 points, I believe, 7 or 9. At any rate, he was taken out of the contest. Free throws a big story, and we've got a lot of highlights to show you as well. Some excellent moves going down in game 3.
Well, the free throws and the rebound were the big key, but a good look right here. A good look on the inside. Erdman, a little turnaround in the paint. The left-hander, soft touch, gets it up. Nice two-pointer that time by Erdman.
And here's your main man, Mr. Fiesel, on the fly.
Good look that time to Baker, and even the coach liked Fiesel. I'm glad he agreed with me. I thought Fiesel had a tremendous basketball game. A good look.
Big shot. Remember, the lead was cut to 1.
He answers a three-pointer right there. Seabrook had made one at the other end for Rockford. Answer time right there. Baker knocks in a 3. Baker with 28 big points in the ball game.
Now, Eric Clark did a fine job coming in, and the freshman, he was tough inside.
Oh, he's tough on the inside. He's going to be a shot blocker. He's going to be a great player for only a freshman. The two-pointer that time on the layup by Clark. Fiesel once again, the look right there. Baker from outside. See how the shooter stays with it? Boom, bottom of the net. Baker another one from long range.
And here's another fast break. One of those half-court passes made by David Marable, and David Fox is at the other end, and this one really broke their back. The good fake got Clark up in the air.
Nice play, a nice pump fake right there, got the defender Clark up in the air, and then a strong upper body of David Fox, 6'2", 195, gets it up there for 2 points. Stats usually tell the story. Field goals, Rockford Lutheran at 49, 37% for Pittsfield. The big story at the line, Pittsfield 32 points at the stripe. Rebound department, Pittsfield out-rebounds Rockford Lutheran by 1. Turnovers, 20 for Rockford Lutheran, only 9 for Pittsfield. Look at the points off turnover. 19 points off turnovers by Pittsfield. That's another big key in the ball game right there. This is a big win for Pittsfield. They really got it done on both ends of the floor, offensively and also defensively. I like their defense. I like the little guy Fiesel in the backcourt. Everyone talks about Baker. He's a great perimeter shooter, but you got to have somebody that distributes the basketball, and that's what Fiesel did here in tonight's ball game.
A 28-point difference at the free throw line. That's a lot of points. One of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Associations of Illinois and Wisconsin, eh?